Over the years, I think I've probably taken enough stuff to Goodwill to, I don't know, to start all over again if I wanted to. I've been lucky to have some very positive experiences with Goodwill over the years. My daughter worked for Goodwill a period of time and so forth, and that was very good for her. So I've been involved with the organization for some years and thought it was a good time to talk about the fact that Goodwill has evolved quite a bit, and you may not be aware of everything that they're doing right now, but one of the things they're doing is getting people work and putting people to work, and that's a broad-ranging thing that they're doing. And there's a big hiring fest coming up on August 9th. So if you're looking for work, or if you know somebody that is, pay attention. We'll tell you about that. But first, let's welcome Courtney Nelson. Courtney is the VP of Marketing and Communications for Goodwill in Central and Northern Arizona. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Well, let's first of all, let's just give some of the details of that hiring thing. So when we'll repeat all of it before we're through, but just so people know.
Yeah, so Wednesday, August 9th from 9:30 to 12:30, all of our locations will be hosting a hiring fest. And so all of our Career Center locations, we have over 23 locations with Central Arizona and Northern Arizona. And that will be hosting more than 50 employers at all of those locations who have opportunities and jobs available today.
All right. Now, so the different locations will have different employers. Is that the idea?
Yes, the locations will have different employers. So if you want to find one employer in particular, if you're looking for Phoenix Police Department is hiring, Cable One is hiring, you can go onto our website, goodwillaz.org, and you can search to see which career centers and locations will have which employers. And if you can't make it out in the morning, 9:30 to 12:30 could be tough. Maybe you already have a job and you want to find a new opportunity. We do have one partner organization, the Maryvale YMCA will also be hosting some employers from 4 to 6 p.m. on Wednesday, August 9th.
All right. And we will repeat all that information. But what's the website again?
goodwillaz.org.
Okay, that makes it easy for you. Well, Courtney, let's talk about Goodwill. And I think just the fact that you're doing this indicates the kind of new direction of Goodwill. And just to clarify, Goodwill is what we call a 501c3, so it's a nonprofit charitable organization. Your donations to Goodwill are tax deductible and actually available for Arizona tax credits as well.
Absolutely. And as you mentioned, you donate to us. Thank you very much for your material donations.
Sure.
So we rely on those community donations into our stores. And we have grown significantly. We have over 90 locations now. We are now Goodwill of Central and Northern Arizona. So you can find stores in Flagstaff, Lake Havasu, Prescott area, as well as here in the Metro Phoenix area. And when you donate, those items and the sales in our stores help the community right here. So what our mission is about fighting unemployment. So it's a big vision that we have. We want to end unemployment here in Arizona, but in order to do that, we have to be able to provide services to thousands of individuals here locally.
And now this has evolved somewhat because originally, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this was more like working with people who had specific handicaps and so on and so forth, but it's evolved larger than that.
So one of the misperceptions that people have about Goodwill and of Goodwill of Central Arizona is that our services are only for those individuals who have some sort of a disability, when in fact we work with all individuals, anybody who's looking for employment. So it could be somebody that has a disability, but it also could be somebody who has been out of the workforce for a year or more and really doesn't know how to re-enter. It could be homelessness. So the face of unemployment or underemployment can take on many different things. And so we are here to make sure that we can provide services to all of those individuals who are looking for that next step, that next opportunity.
And you don't have to be homeless.
No.
You don't have to be have a disability, as you say. Just somebody that's been out of work and needs to get back. And so that now you have these job training centers and so forth. Now, that's not every Goodwill store has one of those. No.
Correct. They're not at every one of our stores, but you can go onto our website and find. We do have 23 locations. That's throughout Phoenix and Mesa, and we do have Northern Arizona as well. So you can find the closest location to you. And in those centers, we have trained career advisors who can help you with your resume, with your job search, interview skills. If you haven't interviewed in a while, that's a practiced skill of how do you present yourself? How do you present your elevator speech? Go in, meet with a career advisor, and they can help prepare you for that interview that you have coming up.
I've been doing this for a long time, and I think I haven't had to look for a job for quite a while, but I have thought about this concept. Gee, if I was had to go out and look for a job right now, I would have to start all over, and I'd have to learn a lot of new skills, as you say. Are these services provided free, or what's the deal?
These services are at no cost to the community. So you can come in at any time to any of our career centers, or the Hiring Fest that we're hosting on August 9th is also no cost, and you can come in and get those services and meet with those employers face to face without having to spend anything. So we know that people, they may need to practice up on their skills and how are they meeting with employer, and they don't need to spend money to do that. And we have the professionals that can meet with them face to face and make sure that they are prepared so they can present themselves in the best ability and the best light.
So you could get a little bit of help before the Hiring Fest?
We encourage you to come in and to get some help before the Hiring Fest, and make sure that you've practiced. Practice that elevator speech. Make sure you're ready to tell those stories to that employer that makes you stand out apart from the other applicants, and make sure you're practicing and ready for those nonverbals. Sometimes if you haven't interviewed in a while, you forget about smiling, sitting up straight, that nice handshake. So come in and practice. Let us help you get all those kinks out with a career advisor, and then go in and present your best self to those employers.
Boy, if I started telling stories to prospective employers, they'd probably say, when is this guy going to leave? Let's talk about some of the employers that are going to be participating.
We have over 50 employers. Some of the key employers that folks will remember those names. Obviously, the Phoenix Police Department is a great organization.
Now, is that just for police officers or for all kinds of jobs?
They're hiring a variety of positions right now. So, and all of these companies are actually hiring anywhere from entry-level positions to management positions. So really, if you're anywhere in that skill set and looking for employment opportunity, and do the research for the employer. So we encourage you, go onto our website. Again, that's goodwillaz.org. Find out which employers will be at which career centers and study up on those employers so you can be able to present your experience and skills to be able to provide value to that employer.
Yeah. Okay, we'll name some more.
Some more employers, Cable One, Fleet Clean USA, Cognizant, and Covenant Consumer Direct. Those are just a few of those 50 employers that will be across the valley.
Lots of different opportunities there for you. Well, let's talk a minute again about the donations and so forth. And I always feel a little guilty if I'm taking something that's broken, like, and I'll tell the guys when I drop something off, and I'll say, well, this works sometimes, but you have to kind of hold it here or something. Is that okay? Is that a good idea? What happens to things that come to Goodwill when you donate at any of the stores that maybe don't work?
Yeah, we say go ahead and give it to Goodwill, because we can help to determine what we can sell in the stores or what we're going to recycle. We are one of the leading recyclers here in Arizona. And what that means is if it is broken, if it's one shoe, you don't have the pair, or that clothes, the shirt that has a hole in it maybe, go ahead and give it to us, because we can recycle and get life out of it. So it's not going to go into the landfill. At Goodwill, we recycle over 100 million pounds of goods every year and keep that out of directly going into our local landfills.
Clothing, for example, if you can't sell it, it eventually gets sold as rags or
rags, and some of the things we recycle go for insulation. And so we can really make sure that we're getting life by partnering with other vendors here that can take that good that maybe we can't sell it in our stores, but you can't use it anymore. And let's get some more life out of it to help protect the environment as well.
All right. Don't forget the Hiring Fest, again, if you're looking for work or if you know somebody that is. August 9th, what are the hours again?
9:30 to 12:30, or if you're looking for evening hours, Maryvale YMCA has from 4 to 6 p.m.
All right, and you can find out about that on the website.
goodwillaz.org.
There you go. Well, Courtney Nelson, thank you so much for joining us on Valley Views and for all the good work that you do and that Goodwill does. And we hope to talk to you again soon. We got some other things we'll talk about coming up in the fall about how people can get involved and help raise money for their schools and organizations too.
Absolutely. We look forward to it, and thank you for having me today.